Hi there, welcome to my channel. I want to share with you some insights on owning your own property, whether you are where you want to move in it, owner occupied property or investor property. So on this channel, we hope to educate you and take the fear and confusion out of real estate because I believe everyone should own a home of their own. And so I want to make it easy for you. Now, today I want to share with you a few thoughts on what to know about buying a home. So, first things first. Now, if you watch some of my other videos, you know there is very definitely a loan approval process for buying a home. They look at your debt, they look at your income, and they project, first of all, they project forward on your income, they look backward at your credit. And they also consider that if you are, I'm sharing with you that if you are using a gift money from a relative, you want to put that money in the bank 6 months ahead of time so it has time to season, and then you don't have to offer any awkward explanations as to where that money came from. So that's not the point of this video, but I just wanted to let you know that, the loan approval process it's my least favorite part of the home buying process because there's so much anxiety and stress over it, and I want to do what I can to take some of that anxiety and stress out by giving you the inside scoop that so you can be better prepared, because it will be a bit of a long road. I think lenders tend to overpromise and underdeliver, so I want to help manage those expectations. But having said all that, that's not what today's video is about. I just wanted to share with you, I don't know if it's just good news, bad news, it's just information you need to know. So the first thing I want to tell you is that once you become a homeowner, you will get an immediate bump in your credit score. When I say immediate, I'm going to say within 30 days after the loan closes, because the credit bureaus update their scoring on different timetables. So once you have closed on your home, you have moved in, fluffed the pillows, hung up the curtains, whatever you're going to do, take another look at your credit score. It is going to go up. And I will say that is, again, deviating from the topic. That is one reason that, say, like when you buy a home, your lender will tell you do not open any new credit cards or any new accounts or any loans within, certainly not during the underwriting process, and definitely not within the first 30 days after you close, because that is when everyone is dotting their I's and crossing their T's. Even though you have the keys in your hot little hands, there are still things going on. So what's going to happen when you get that credit bump, you're going to start getting all these offers for additional credit cards. And I'm suggesting that you cut them up immediately without looking at them so you're not tempted, because home ownership is a big responsibility. It's true, but there are many benefits. So don't take the low-hanging fruit of these extra credit cards that you probably don't need. Okay? Don't do it. So just enjoy the bump and as you grow with your home. So that's number one. So the other thing, and so I shouldn't number these because they're not in any particular order. One other thing that I only recently discovered was the Nextdoor app. And this might be helpful if you're moving to a new area outside of your current neighborhood. So what that is an online platform for your neighborhood, essentially. So depending on how big your city is, it might be segmented a bit, but typically they're done by the, I was gonna say city or county, but that's not necessarily true. Local area within X amount of miles. So I moved to a new area where I don't know anybody, and I got this envelope in the mail and I didn't open it immediately, because I just don't open my mail all the time. And then I got a second one. When I opened that one, I discovered that it said, oh, your invitation is going to end within 7 days. Well, it was long after 7 days. And so I got another one probably a year or so later. And this time I did open it and it had expired again. But I said, what the heck, I'm going to try it anyway. So I signed up and I'm happy I did. Number one, because you can get referrals, like if you need a gardener, pet sitter, dog walker, painter, landscaper, I already said that, but you can ask for, hey, I'm new to the area, do you know anybody? Well, first thing you do is you introduce yourself, which I did. And if you own a business, then you can definitely put yourself out there as a business owner, talk about your business. But the idea is to be neighborly. That's why it's called Next Door. So that was kind of an interesting insight, which actually did serve to make me feel a little bit more part of my new community. So check it out. One of the other things that comes up for me, you can't, well, you can see my walls are white because I painted it, but in the rest of my house, I had my walls painted gray. Now, it looked beautifully gray on the paint chip, but on the walls, everybody thinks it's blue. So what I wanted to mention to you is if you are going to paint, because my house was painted I'm calling it a baby puke yellow. I don't even know where that color came from. The whole house was painted yellow. It was not attractive. And they left all these extra cans too, which I did not use. I recently took those to the hazardous waste dump. So, hey, I could tell you about that too. But get some paint chips or paint samples and, test them on your walls at different times of the day in different rooms of the house if you're going to paint the whole place the same color, because the lighting is going to impact it and just maybe the texture of your wall. I don't know why my walls look blue. I'm very disappointed, but I paid good money to have someone paint it, so it's not going to get painted again anytime soon. Even though I did break down and paint this office. Luckily you can't see, but I did a terrible job. So anyway, test your paint in different rooms at different times of the day so you can be sure that it is the right color that you actually want. Now, what I should have said at the beginning when I was talking about your money is, okay, let's say you've gone to the lender and you have been approved. Congratulations. And they said that you can qualify for, the Taj Mahal. Now, that's very exciting news. But what I'm going to suggest to you is that you do not buy the Taj Mahal. First of all, you want to consider your timeline. Is this your forever home? How long do you plan to stay here? Now, I just recently did a video on people in the military. They move around a lot, so it might not be, the forever home if they're in the service, or, if you're a young person with kids and the kids grow up, maybe you're going to downsize. So if it's not your forever home, or even if it is your forever home, I'm suggesting that you do not buy the Taj Mahal, do not buy the McMansion just because they say you can afford it, because that's on paper. And we know what's on paper is kind of different from what's on real life, right? So if you buy a smaller home, and by smaller, I'm just suggesting maybe that Cozy Little Cutie might be the place that you want to get, because you don't want to be house rich and cash poor. Now, there are expenses that come with a house, and that'll be in my next video, give you some food for thought. So don't spend every nickel on the house so that it's a stretch. We want you to be comfortable after you get into the home, because you still want to go on vacation, you still want to buy things for your house or for the kids, whomever, create some memories, not sweat over how you're going to pay for this, that, or the other bill, right? So if they say you can buy up here, maybe you buy just slightly below here. Don't go broke trying to buy the house, because you don't have to impress anybody. You just want a home that you're going to be comfortable in and love for, a longer period of time. So as long as it makes sense for you to buy instead of rent, get that house based on your realistic budget, not what the lenders say you can afford, even though they're pretty darn picky. Just buy a little bit under that so you have some cushion, because number one, if they tell you that you can afford up here, I'm suggesting that you look down here. So if there is a bidding war and you absolutely decide you want the house, you'll have some room to negotiate. Again, that's a whole nother video. I gotta do a video on that. How to get into the house during bidding wars, right? Ugh. So anyway, I wanted to just give you some thoughts on what to think about when you buy a house, because once you're in there, you may start hearing your parents' voice in your ear. Make sure you turn off the lights when you leave the room, right? So just things to think about when you buy your own house. And I want you to be excited about buying a house. I just want you to have the inside scoop about buying a house. So I am Larissa, a real estate broker, and I would like to be your realtor. Give me a call if you're looking to buy in the Central Valley or Far East Bay. Thanks for visiting, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao.